Friends, I'm Abhishek and this video is on maintenance on CO2 system. As we know, CO2 system is one of the most important fixed firefighting on ships for engine room firefighting. You may find a high expansion foam system on some of the ships for make a separate video. Let's continue with the maintenance on CO2 system. So for this, IMO MSC circular number 1432, which is the minimum system. So this include weekly, monthly, yearly, 2 yearly, 5 yearly, and 10 yearly. Here you might be done 3 monthly routine, 6 monthly routine, but here it is not mentioned. So the 3 monthly and 6 monthly and whatever is requirement of your company, not requirement of IMO. So in this video, I am compiling only those things which are required by IMO requirement. So let's continue. First is weekly requirement. Verify all fixed fire extinguishing system control panel indicators are functional by operating the lamp or indicator test switch. And another one is verify all control section valves are in correct position. So in weekly, we just have to verify that all the lamps and indications are working satisfactorily and the control and section valves are in correct position. Coming to monthly, repeat weekly, that is in monthly, weekly will be carried out, then some additional things are there. So verify the containers or cylinder fitted with pressure gauges are in proper range and the installation is free from the leakage. So in monthly, we have to check for the leakages and the pressure gauge readings. Coming to yearly, visual inspection of all accessible components for proper convention. Yearly is basically visual inspection in which we will see everything. Next, external examination of all high pressure cylinders for evidence of damage or corrosion. This is again visual inspection. Check the hydrostatic test date of all the storage container. We have to check the date and we have to make sure that the hydrostatic test is not due in this yearly inspection. Next is functionality test of all fixed system audible and visual alarms. So in fixed system we have some alarms like we have pilot cabinet door opening alarm and CO2 leakage alarm. So we have to check all the alarms and verify all control or section valves are in correct position and check the connection of all pilot release piping and tubing for tightness. So from pilot cylinders to the operating mechanism of main cylinders, we have 6 mm copper pipes. We have to check connection tightness of the connections for that pipe. Next is examine all flexible hoses in accordance with the manufacturer recommendation. This is again visual inspection of all the hoses and test all fuel set of controls connected to fire protection system for proper operation. So we have to check all operation of all quick closing valves, remote operation and the funnel flap remote operation. Then the boundaries of the protected space should be visually inspected to confirm that no modification have been made to the enclosure that have created unclosable opening that would render the system ineffective. It means we have to check the tightness of all the ceilings of openings to engine room, that is skylights, emergency escape door, the doors to the engine room, or any other opening. Next is if cylinders are installed inside the protected space, verify the integrity of the double release lines inside the protected space and check low pressure or circuit integrity monitor on release cabinet as applicable. Now coming to 2 yearly test, repeat 1 yearly, monthly and weekly. Then after that, all high pressure extinguishing agents, cylinders and pilot cylinders should be weighted or have their components verified by other reliable means to confirm that the available charge in each is above 95% of the normal charge. Cylinders containing less than 95% of the normal charge should be refilled. It, so we have to check the content of the bottles. If content of any bottle is less than 25%, we have to send it ashore for refilling or replace it by full bottle. So we have some methods to check the content or verify the content of the bottle. So for that, I will make a separate slide, separate video. Next is a low dry compressed air or nitrogen through the discharge piping or otherwise confirm the pipe work and nozzle are clear of any obstruction. This may require the removal of nozzles if applicable. So this basically means we have to ensure that the piping and nozzles are clear of any obstruction. For that, we are either using dry compressed air or nitrogen. Coming to 5 yearly, repeat all which were in yearly, monthly, and weekly. Then perform internal inspection of all control valves. In 5 yearly, we have to repeat yearly, weekly, and monthly. Apart from that, we have to do internal inspection of control valves, that is, overhauling of the control valves, and if any deterioration is found, change the valve. Now, coming to 10 yearly, perform a hydrostatic test and internal examination of 10% of the system extinguishing agents and pallet cylinders. If one or more cylinder fails, a total 50% of the onboard cylinders should be tested. If further cylinder fails, all cylinders should be tested. So this means that first 10% of the cylinders and all pilot cylinders has to be had tested, and if any of the cylinder, if one or more cylinder fails in hydrostatic test, then 50% of the cylinders has to be tested. And further, if from that 50% one more bottle or two more bottles fails in that test, then we have to test all the bottles. And the other is the flexible hoses should be replaced at intervals recommended by the manufacturer and not exceeding every 10 years. So every 10 years we have to change the flexible hoses. Or if recommended by the manufacturer that it has to be changed before 10 years, then before 10 years. Or otherwise, within 10 years, it has to be changed. So this was all maintenance on during 10 years. One more is there, but that is not important for CO2 system. That is for halon cylinders. So this was all about the maintenance on CO2 system. Thank you for watching the video.